What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the 7th episode of Past the Joystick. This week we have a lot of information, I would say. Even though not a lot happened, but in reality, there were a lot of announcements, per se, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, no, we have a pretty cool show this week. We have a lot of good announcements and a lot of good discussions that we want to do with everybody. See what you guys think and whatnot on it. So, but yeah, let's start it how we always start it, is what have we been playing? So, Nick, what have you been playing lately?
I just started Super Mario Brothers Deluxe recently.
Yeah.
I think I started it like Monday or something like that, and that's been fantastic. It's actually a lot of fun.
It's so good.
Stressful, though.
That's such a great game. I mean, yeah, you're playing it co-op or by
co-op.
yourself? Yeah,
we're doing co-op.
Co-op, I know. I understand.
We had this mission last night that we were on there for at least like 30 plus minutes.
Damn.
Because it was like, it's basically, there's like these things that move and then these like electric nodes around. Yeah. And when you're jumping, if you land on it, you just get stuck and the platform keeps moving without you.
Yeah.
So that was difficult, but that was fun though. It's
actually
a great
my
first
game.
Mario Brothers.
It is a really good game, I would say.
Yeah, I like it. How about you?
Me, I've been playing a lot, obviously. Ghost of Tsushima, still almost done with it. So very excited. The video review will be coming up for that. Been playing, of course, Pub. Not Pub. I've been playing Apex because of the event or the season pass or the battle pass is almost done.
Damn, really?
Yeah, it's almost
I'm
up.
never gonna finish
so it's almost there. Been playing that. Been playing Animal Crossing like always. And what else?
Muy bien.
I've been playing something else. Well, Smite, obviously.
Yes.
And yes, I've been playing Journey to the Savage Planet, which is amazing. It's on Game Pass. And it is one of the funniest games that I've played. It is a open world exploration game, and you go stage by stage, obviously, just trying to get a bunch of different things and scanning weird animals and whatnot. But it is funny as hell. Really great game. I would definitely recommend it. Check it out on Game Pass. Journey to the Savage Planet. Really, really great. I downloaded a few other games that I haven't tried yet, so I'll be talking about it a little bit more next week for that. But yeah, no, it's been really fun. Playing a lot of different games, especially on Game Pass, which we talked about it last week.
Yes.
So if you don't have Game Pass, get Game Pass.
Mine as well at this point.
Exactly.
And I believe they're still doing that. If you have Live and you upgrade to Ultimate, you just basically
carries over.
You just get both of them for the price of whatever you're paying now. So that's also fantastic.
It's so great. Yeah, I'm very, very excited for the future of Game Pass. So if you don't have it, please look into it, and you need it.
Yeah.
There's no choice. You need it. But yeah, no, let's get into the show. Let's start with a big showing that happened. And a lot of people are excited about. I wasn't very excited about the game, but I am excited after the showing.
Yes.
And this is Marvel Avengers, and Marvel Avengers had a showing a few days ago. So it was great. It was 12 minutes.
Yeah.
About
15 plus maybe something like that.
But it was great. They announced
the big dates and stuff like that.
Yeah, they announced the dates. They announced the new character,
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, yep. They announced Hawkeye into it. They did the showing of him. So that was really, really great. And to be honest with you, if you ask me, Hawkeye actually looks better in the game than in the actual movie. Yeah. He looks so freaking good.
He kind of reminds me of Cole McGrath from Infamous.
Yeah.
Just general design.
The design of
it's funny to me.
He looks amazing. But the reason why I'm bringing up the Marvel Avengers is because the beta dates also got released. So you guys can actually try out Marvel Avengers. I will post the video of a little snippets and everything, especially of Hawkeye, down below so you guys can see it. But the beta dates, I'm gonna also post them so you guys can keep tabs of that. It is going to be for PlayStation first. It's only the it's the pre-order beta. It's gonna be on August 7th. So it's gonna start soon for those that pre-ordered it on PlayStation. On August 14th. The pre-order beta is going to open up for Xbox and PC. And that same day, August 14th, it's going to be the PlayStation Open beta. So everybody on PlayStation will be able to play it, whether you pre-order or not. But on Xbox and PC, it's only the pre-order beta that starts. And then on August 21st, is going to be the open beta for everybody. So August 21st, anybody can play it, try it out and whatnot. And we highly recommend for you to try that.
Very excited. Yeah. Very excited. It looks significantly better than it did before. I know they said that again, it was kind of like the Halo situation. It was like an older build. Yeah. But you could definitely tell that there was some progress made. And then they were announcing like, I like to call them buzzwords, but they were like, you're going to have like 100 plus enemy types. And you're going to have these 5 different game modes with different missions, and I believe that because obviously they showed each and every different mission.
Yeah.
So you know it's gonna happen. But like I'm still sold on the fact that it's like an RPG aspect type of game where you could have the same character built in different ways.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That is. I feel like that's the best part of the game in my opinion, because having like the Hulk can be like, you know, a ranged character rather than a brawler or anything like that. I feel like that is really, really great because you have, you know, variety. But we talked about it in one of our previous episodes about Avengers, so you can see a little bit more in the progress, like Nick said, that they have done throughout, you know, the game and everything. So very excited for that. August 21st is the open beta for everybody. Open beta for the PlayStation is going to be August 14th. So make sure you log into that and try it out. We'll be trying it out. I probably will try out the PlayStation just because it starts.
I'm gonna do the open beta for that. Probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it just because it starts earlier. So might as well try it out early.
Yeah.
And have a little bit more playtime on that. So it'll be great. We'll talk about it when we try it.
And then it's like it comes out like 2 or 3 weeks after the beta.
Yeah.
So it's very soon.
Great.
Very soon.
So this is pretty much so you can try it, and if you're not convinced before you try it, you'll be convinced afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure because it's gonna be great. I feel like it's gonna be a really great. And and that's coming from me, not a big Marvel fan overall.
I mean, it's a ton of studios working on it and hundreds of people.
And I feel like it's gonna be a big superhero game. I feel like it's the way to do it, you know. But yeah, no, that Marvel Avengers, definitely look into that. We'll pop a few links down below so you guys can see it. But the next game that we wanted to talk about was PUBG PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It's a mouthful. Season 8 started last week, if I'm not mistaken. But PUBG Season 8 does a lot of changes to Sandhook, and it just changes everything in the map. Now, not only like design wise and everything, but landmarks and everything changed a lot too. And it just brings the new season into PUBG. So for all of you PUBG fans out there, any Battle Royale fans out there, I feel like now is the time to get back into PUBG. And I'll tell you now that I am actually gonna get back into PUBG myself just because the trailer looked incredible. I'm gonna post that link also so you guys can see the trailer for Season 8 because it's so fun. If you guys have already been playing the Season 8, let us know in the comments what you guys think of Season 8. But yeah, PUBG, to be honest with you, PUBG was my first Battle Royale per se that I got into it like a lot. Because, you know, I know it started with, what was it, Minecraft. I started with, what was it, DayZ or?
DayZ and H1.
Yeah, H1. Yeah, there you go. So those were like the big ones that I know I started with that. But the one that I really got into Battle Royales was PUBG. So I will be trying it again and see, you know, how Season 8 is. Because I haven't played in a while because of Apex, of course. Which I consider right now to be the biggest Battle Royale, other than, of course, Warzone for Call of Duty.
Which is surprisingly, I don't know. I see videos of it every day, and it's like I wouldn't mind playing it, but then I remember going back to playing it,
and then you get frustrated.
It's just not for me. It's not a good experience. Yeah,
I agree. I know there's a lot of Warzone players out there, a lot of Call of Duty players out there. Me personally, I'm not a Call of Duty player. I left Call of Duty since Call of Duty Ghost. That was like my last Call of Duty that I've actually played.
That was a good campaign.
Yeah, but like that, since it changed so much. Then that was when the Xbox One first came out. Actually, that's the first game that I picked up. That and Rise, Son of Rome. Those were the first 2 games that I picked up for the Xbox One. Yeah. And yeah, no, Call of Duty just hasn't attracted me. I'm more of a Battlefield player. So if I want to play like a war game like that, I rather have a simulation shooter rather than an arcade shooter, because if I want to play arcade shooter, I can just go to Overwatch. Yeah. I can go to Apex.
Freaking so, you know. Unreal Tournament or something like that.
Right.
All these games that exist right now that are arcade shooters. Hyperscape.
Exactly. You know, Call of Duty tries to be a simulation shooter, but in reality, it's not.
No, they're like, here's an armor plate.
Exactly. You know, and you know it's not. Battlefield brings that realism of everything. But yeah, a little bit out of topic, but PUBG definitely.
I'm hoping it's good for the people that play it. I might play it on PC one day because my biggest gripe, the only reason I don't play it is because it's absolutely horribly optimized for console. It just plays really bad. So.
It is. It definitely is. But definitely try it out. I mean, I play it on console and on PC. Played it on both, and it plays really great on PC. So it's made for it.
It's fantastic on PC.
It's made.
It's like butter.
It's made for that. But yeah, no, a big announcement that I'm very excited about. One of my all-time favorite games, which is gonna be on my gaming sleeve soon, It is Cuphead got announced for, or not even announced. It was a surprise release for the PlayStation 4.
Just kind of woke up and they were like,
"Here it is.
You got $30."
Holy crap! Cuphead, one of the greatest boss platformer shooters and everything that is out there right now. Probably my favorite one. It's a 50 style shooter. Like I said, boss battle type game. That every stage you fight a boss and you go stage by stage and everything on that. You use Cuphead, obviously, or his brother Mugman. And yeah, you just go try to beat King Dice and the Devil because of a bet that you did and you lost and whatnot. So really great story, really fun, and really challenging. I'll say that much. Really challenging.
My experience with it was mostly me dying.
Yeah.
For about an hour straight.
I will say that I got really, really great. I consider myself a really great Cuphead player. I have a lot of people that can attest to that. I play with a few of my cousins, and they can attest to that. I play with Nick a few stages.
I kind of just watch him go through the stages, and I'm just dead.
Yeah. So Cuphead definitely, it's one of my all-time favorite. But yeah, no, definitely if you haven't tried Cuphead, I would say look into it. Especially PlayStation players out there, look into it because it's a great experience. And I'll leave the trailer so you guys can see what it's all about. I'm sure you've seen it, but great game overall.
Fantastic quarantine game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It's on the Switch too, right?
It is on the Switch, actually.
Switch, right?
Yeah, it is on the Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation now. So really great time to play it on all platforms. I own it on 2 of them, and if you ask me, I might pick it up on PlayStation also. So we'll see. But another game that I will let Nick talk about this one because he is very excited about it.
Yes.
I am kind of on the fence still, but we'll see what happens when it comes out. It is Hyperscape.
Yeah. So it's pretty much that one BR that they were talking about for a while that I mentioned, like maybe an episode, maybe 2 or 3 episodes ago at this point, where Ubisoft was like, yeah, we're going to make a BR, and it's going to be super futuristic, hyper stylized, arcade style, where you're super fast, your abilities are all on 10-second cooldowns, so you're not having to worry about, like, let's say, like an Apex situation where you use an ability and then you're out.
And then you
can't use it for a while pretty much. No, they want you to abuse everything. And they even allow you to pick up stuff off the map. So let's say, for an example, I want teleport and like a dash or something like that. I could have that, and then he could have that. And there's this actually thing where it puts you in a ball so you could bounce around the map, and it absorbs bullets.
Which is wild.
And so it's crazy.
How many players are in a match?
Last time I checked, it was like between 65 and 100.
Oh damn! Okay.
From what I've watched,
right.
That is. But I haven't seen it since closed beta. I haven't been watching open beta footage. But they did say that the game's going to be coming out of that stage, and it's going to enter its official first season on August 11th, and that actually should be around the time that they're launching it on console. Right. So it's actually coming to console soon. They didn't give like 100% confirmed that it's going to come out on this date, but they said that with the launch of season 1, it's coming to console. So I'm assuming that maybe that week or a week or two after.
Yeah.
Sense.
I'm hoping definitely for that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind actually, everybody gets it and we all play on console and whatnot.
It's free.
We don't have everybody that plays on PC also.
Correct.
So it'll be good to have it on console and whatnot. But Hyperscape, yeah. The reason why I ask about the player count is because like Nick is explaining it and it sounds like it's so chaotic. So just imagine that many
it's ridiculous.
people in there and just throwing abilities all over the place and you can see just everything just happening at the same time.
No, it's crazy. It's really fast. It's chaotic. The guns are pretty cool in my opinion.
Yeah.
I will say probably the best thing about it is like the visual style to me. I love how it looks, and the fact that instead of having like a sandstorm or like a water or a wall from like Fortnite or stuff like that, the part of the map actually deteriorates.
Yeah.
So you can't enter that part of the map pretty much.
So you can't enter it anymore, yeah. So like people that fight in the storm really can't do that anymore, which is one of my favorite parts. I had an experience in Apex the other day, playing on PlayStation, and I have never seen this before in my life where a team was, we were outside in the storm and they were outside in the ring and they were shooting at us. So we don't get out and whatnot. So we try to flank all over to the right, which is a mountain in between us. These people actually went into the storm to follow us, and we got out of the storm. So now they were in the storm and they couldn't go back. So I was like, okay, I guess the storm started moving again.
Yeah.
I was not gonna make it, so I'm like, all right, if we're all gonna die, we're all gonna die.
Yeah, might as well fight it.
I kept them in the storm.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. But that's one of those things. Like if we don't have a map, then where are you gonna stay?
Yeah. I'm excited for it. I mean, I just like the idea of like hyper movement.
Yeah.
Kind of like how I was gonna say Fortnite for a second, but Apex is just fun to me. I'm wondering how people are gonna take to this game, which is significantly faster than that, and it's vertical, where you're running across all these buildings. You can go into buildings and stuff like that too. So we'll see.
Very excited,
I'm excited though for a console.
It's gonna be a really great experience, in my opinion. But we have some sales coming up, or already are up. Rocket Arena, which we talked about in one of our previous episodes, that was announced, and the game came out not too long ago, but now it's on sale for $6 on PlayStation and Xbox, and the Ultimate Edition, I believe it's called, or something like that. It's $10, which is ridiculous. It's also free to play for the weekend, I want to say.
Yeah,
right?
it's free to play for Xbox free days, and then you could also grab it on EA Access and Steam Access, I think it's called, something like that. It's a part of all of those EA Access and Origin, so you can grab it on all of those things. I'm pretty sure it's not the same thing. I know there's two different
Rocket
ones.
Arena, definitely a really great game. A few of my friends picked it up, and we've been playing for a little while. It was a really great experience. So if you want something different to play, 3v3 rocket style shooter, and it's a really fun experience, like I said, overall, and it'll change the way that you see shooters, because I will say it's kind of like an Overwatch, that every character has its own ability, but with the guns you're shooting rockets in different styles, because there's a water girl that shoots rockets in a water bubble. There's like a pirate that has an actual cannon, so he shoots cannons and whatnot.
Nice.
It's really fun, really great experience, and for the sale that it is right now for $6,
That's a
and
steal.
the game just came out, definitely pick it up, check it out, let us know what you think. If you've played already, let us know. And if you want to play, let me know, because I love the game. I've been playing a lot for it. But in one of the big news, and I'm very excited for this one, it was Halo Infinite co-op got announced, and it was for the co-op campaign, and the multiplayer also got announced. Huge news. First, co-op. So it has couch co-op, 2-player, split screen, which if you think about Halo, it's one of the best things that Halo has ever had, because you can play, couch co-op with your friend, family member, or anybody. You can play their split screen. So they're bringing them back.
Fantastic. I'm
great.
so pumped, because I remember doing ODST, Firefight, and all those other modes and Reach and stuff like that. All of that. I remember doing all that in a friend's house. All playing together.
Split screen, right?
Yeah.
It's so great.
So it's gonna be great.
And Halo's bringing that back for Halo Infinite. So really great. And then they also are doing online campaign 4-player, which is great. They had that on 5 also. So they're bringing it back for Infinite. So you can play the whole campaign with 3 of your friends and yourself. So that way you can go through everything. But the big news.
Oh yes.
Which I am so excited is.
The multiplayer is gonna be free to play, and it's gonna be 120 FPS.
God.
I can't believe it.
Oh my goodness.
It's such a power play from Xbox.
Incredible. I cannot believe this.
I wonder how that conversation went down, personally. I wonder how they're like, this is going to be on Game Pass, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
But you don't need Game Pass to play the multiplayer.
Yeah.
And then now all these rumors are like solidifying that
Xbox Live is going to be free.
Yeah, so it just makes sense, because how are you going to have your biggest game, technically speaking, be free to play, but then charge for the multiplayer service?
Exactly.
So it looks like they're shaping up to make everything free, and then still keep the same service.
I feel like Xbox is looking into the future, and they're doing it the right way, in my opinion. And I feel like it's all thanks to Game Pass. I feel like and Game Pass is doing it right. So Xbox is pulling all these plays and everything, making Halo multiplayer for free. Even if you don't have Game Pass, even if you don't have actual Xbox Live, you can still play the online with everybody for free.
And if you got the TV, you get that silky smooth 120 FPS.
Oh my God, 120 frames online. Can you believe something like that?
It's gonna be.
Oh, and
it's gonna be unreal.
Just think about if they have the game mode Big Team Battle, because Big Team Battle was 16 versus 16, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it started at 18 players, and then it went to 32 with Reach, I believe.
Yep. So imagine having that, and yes, it looked good, but imagine having at 120 frames with so much commotion happening, so smooth. Oh.
Yeah, I feel like the plays people are gonna make is gonna be insane, but I do feel like this is gonna be one of those situations where you have the technology, you could use it, but only not I want to say only, but not everyone's going to be able to access it, obviously.
Right,
it is
of
what
course.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
You'll probably see in a few years where that becomes more accessible because like 120 hertz TVs aren't.
And they're not
everywhere.
cheap. Yeah, they're not cheap.
Yeah.
And not everybody's gonna have access to it. A lot of people are gonna be playing, of course, in smaller screens that don't even have access to, you know, let's say like 60 hertz or something like that. But you know, little things that will hopefully in the future.
I mean, you can always go the monitor route if that's really what you want.
Exactly.
But,
the monitors are
cheaper, but
cheaper in a sense, technically, because certain ones, if you, let's say you still want to play it in 4K 120 frames, then those are gonna be even pricier than an actual TV.
Yeah.
So
those BenQs hurt.
Yeah, we are gonna make a little post on our website. I was gonna mention this at the end, but we're gonna make a little post on our website that is gonna have I'm gonna choose 3 TVs. And those are going to be the top 3 TVs to have for the new console launch. So get everybody ready, look into the, you know, the little thing, and then later on we'll do a post about monitors. So that way you can also look into monitors and everything. TVs probably will be the cheaper route because I'm going to try and post the ones that are actually 4K with 120 frames.
Those exist now.
Those do exist, but they're expensive as hell.
Yeah, they're a little pricey.
They're pricey. But again, it's all preference. I'm going to post the link on our next video, so that way you guys can have all that down below. But yeah, no, Halo Infinite will definitely be one of the best. And with that announcement of having 120 frames and free to play online, incredible. So you have co-op split screen, you have online co-op up to 4 players, and online is free.
Oh,
incredible.
It's the most power play thing that I've heard so far from
so far. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
We'll see.
Yeah,
I mean,
August.
We'll
see. Yeah, exactly.
We're in August now, right?
Yes.
So we should see some stuff later this month.
So yeah, another big game that got announced that it has been 26 years in the making. 26. I'm 29, so there has been 26 years in the making.
I wasn't even born.
Battletoads. Battletoads finally got announced. We got a release date of August 20th, and that makes it 26 years after the original Battletoads, which was ridiculous. So Battletoads have been a big topic on everybody. They used it as memes. They used it as prank calls. They used it as a bunch of stuff.
It was in Killer Instinct. They brought in Rash and stuff like that.
So a lot of the Battletoad topic has been around, but Battletoads hasn't gotten its own game in 26 years, which is ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So now August 20th, Battletoads is coming. So if you've never played Battletoads, now is the time. And if you've never played the original, I would say look up videos of how it was, because at its time I think it was revolutionary because it was a 3-player kind of like arcade type game,
like 2D 2D side scroller type of situation.
2D scroller, which was amazing because having 3-player and everything, it really changed the way that you play the game, and it was so fun. And since then, we haven't really gotten anything. So having it now 26 years later, I feel like a lot of the grown-ups like myself are gonna be very excited to play Battletoads again.
Oh yeah.
So it is super fun. Have you ever played the original by any chance?
I played it. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was like on Rare Replay or something like that.
Yeah,
that
it was
I gave it a
actually.
try.
Yes, it was.
So that was
Replay.
that was a thing that I attempted many moons ago. It was very difficult from what I played.
It was a very difficult game, yeah, and especially for its time. Like a lot of the games. Well, I mean, if you ever seen games like this, like the Ninja Turtle game that was like that. And there was a few other ones.
Street of Rage.
Yeah, Street of Rage. Power Rangers had a game like that too. Mm-hmm. So X-Men also had one. So they had a lot of games on that style, but Battletoads was unique because it just made it so big, and having the 3-player again, it was really fun overall.
Oh, and it's on Game Pass.
It is on Game Pass, yeah. So you can actually check it out through Game Pass. So it's gonna be great. A lot of people are very upset because it's not coming to PlayStation, but hey.
That's how the cookie crumbles.
It is, unfortunately.
Where's my Ghost of Tsushima?
I was just gonna say the same thing. We didn't get Ghost of Tsushima on Xbox, so it just forces a lot of people that want to play all these nostalgic games. Just go with everybody. There's no need for console wars. Let's make love, not war. So it's one of those. But let Nick talk about the next topic, because the next topic I'm not too familiar, unfortunately. I grew up out of that genre. Because I grew up in Puerto Rico, so it was at that time that this was popular, apparently. So I don't know too much about it, but Nick, let's talk about it.
So me growing up, I I watched a lot of television, obviously, because I was pretty much just like Game Boy and stuff like that. They didn't really have much for the consoles because PlayStation wasn't out. So I watched a ton of G4, which was huge at the time. It was basically X-Play, Attack of the Show, and a bunch of other shows. I think it was Code Monkeys, which was like an animated show, and then they had this other Happy Tree Friends, which later became like a YouTube situation.
I am familiar with that because of YouTube.
Yeah, it was apparently it debuted on G4 originally back then. At the time, it was completely different from anything else on the TV. It was pretty much just video game centric television, where they had different hosts and different people that were working on different shows together to bring pretty much gaming to like a mainstream platform. And that's when they started doing E3. So like more people, let's say, obviously not many people were big into internet at the time. If they wanted to catch up on all these E3 news, they could watch it on G4. And during that time of the year, it was huge. It was just like pretty much the main thing to watch. I watched it pretty much every day, even if it was a bunch of reruns and stuff like that for the years.
If you were a gamer, it was the network to watch.
Yeah, it was pretty much what you would want to check into. They did like game reviews for like Halo 2 and all these other games at the time. And they shut down in 2012, sadly. There was a ton of changes that pretty much made it not what it was. But they're coming back in 2021. They're coming back to the network, actually. The crazy thing about that is one of the original hosts for one of the shows is actually running their like PR marketing area, so it's going to be run by some of the original guys from what we know as
which is amazing because they know that the fact of how it was run back then.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's gonna be awesome. A lot of the people that I like to watch on YouTube as well, that were like ex people that used to work on us behind the shows and stuff like that, they're trying to get back into that. And if that's the case next year, I mean, it could be like a really big platform.
It could, yeah.
I'm hoping
it could be. It might be because everybody that grew up with it, like yourself, is gonna go back to it.
100%.
Yeah, it's gonna go back to it.
Yeah,
They're gonna be streaming it, you said?
Yeah, it's gonna be on cable. So from the way that they're talking about it, it's gonna be back to like what they were doing originally.
Okay.
I've been saying that a lot of people didn't know it. Apparently, like some of the original hosts were like, "What the hell? Like y'all bringing this back, and we didn't know this type of situation." So I'm hoping that a lot of the people that like their jobs come back and they do some of those, because rumors were like saying, "Oh, they bring back X-Play and bring back Attack of the Show."
Let me ask you something though, because you said it's coming back to cable. How do you feel about that? Wouldn't you prefer it to be streamed?
Yes and no. So part of me would like it to be streamed, but I also realize that a lot of those people do their streaming through like their YouTube channels, like Funhouse and Inside Gaming and stuff like that, were original people who used to work on this like platforms back then. So it's a little different. The reason why
I'm asking is because now we're living in the streaming era.
Yeah.
So streaming era meaning that a lot of people are trying to cut the cord, trying to cut cable. So a lot of people are just trying to go through streaming platforms like Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, and all that stuff. So having gamers, that most of the gamers, if not all,
don't have TV.
Probably on streaming now.
Yeah.
You know? They don't have cable. Like me myself, I haven't paid for cable for about 6-7 years or so.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. I only pay for the internet and I stream all my programming.
Okay.
So I would be interested to watch a show like that, but I would not get cable just to watch that. You know? You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I guess when you mention like that is true. I know that, of course, cable is still pretty dominant in a sense, so maybe it might be successful in that. They might do something online. I mean, again, we have like a year and some change until they actually make some solid announcement of where they'll be available. Right. If they do something
hoping,
both.
Yeah. I'm hoping that they can actually stream it, because I would love to catch a few episodes and everything of that. Like Hulu would be a great platform for it, because Hulu does a lot of streaming from cable programming. They just do it on Hulu itself.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, so I mean, Hulu would be a great idea in my opinion. Netflix not so much, because Netflix focuses a lot of their original shows and all that stuff. So I would say Hulu would be the perfect platform for that. Or if they go into a channel that has their own, streaming service, then I guess it'll be on that. But Hulu, I feel, is the one that's going to reach out to most people.
Yeah, so. I mean, it's also just, I guess when you look at it in that sense, it's pretty much one of the biggest. Yeah. I'm hopeful. I mean, again, if they do bring it to Hulu, if they bring it to like some sort of online service and they do cable at the same time, that could be completely different than what most people do, where they just do one and then that's pretty much at that rate. Exactly. So, I mean, knock on wood, hope for the best.
Yeah, we'll see. Like next time, we still have about a year and a half, so we'll see what happens. We'll see when the announcements actually happen and when they solidify where it's going to be. Yeah. So, we'll see. But we are finally in the month of August. So in August, are we having an Xbox Live event or a PlayStation event? So what are you feeling? What are you thinking?
I'm feeling like Xbox is gonna do something, and then PlayStation's gonna be like, "Hey, by the way, state of play."
To be honest with you,
Like-
that's exactly how I feel.
I feel like that's the case because I mean I'm not a person that goes towards either, like at this point I guess in my life. Previously, yeah, that was probably the case because I only had one console.
Right.
But now it's like, oh, I play on
I play
whatever else.
everything, exactly.
So I'm hoping that the situation that they may do is Xbox is like, yeah, because Aaron Greenberg, which is one of the guys that works for like marketing and stuff, was saying that they're gonna do something in August. They didn't specify what it was, but they said they were gonna do something.
Yeah, and one of the big things was Phil Spencer recently, the head of Xbox, got recently interviewed, and in that interview, Phil Spencer said that he's excited for the news to come and to be aware of some news coming in August. So, are we getting an event, or are we just getting news and everything on it? I'm hoping it's an event. I think it's gonna be an event because we only had the software event last month, and we still haven't heard about the actual hardware, the consoles. Are we getting a date? Are we getting price? Are we getting a new announcement on the console, the Series S? So,
it would be crazy. I mean, for me, I feel like what would be the best possible situation and like their definitive, we're gonna start this like as perfect as possibly running on the ground, is launch all of those, launch the date, launch the price of both consoles pretty much, and then launch a new IP to launch with the console on that date.
Would be amazing.
That's not even announced yet.
That would be incredible.
That would be like the nail.
Can you imagine? Oh my god, I got goosebumps thinking about it. Can you imagine they come out with an announcement? So like they announce everything and be like, hey, by the way, Scalebound is coming. Oh my god.
Ooh, imagine that. Imagine either I was thinking of that, or I was also thinking, what if they did something? I mean, it's obviously not a new IP, but like something Metal Gear related, or even like Splinter Cell. Like, like they've been talking about it.
So holy crap! Imagine something new that and everything. Because Scalebound, if you guys aren't aware, Scalebound was that kind of like adventure game that you were a dragon rider and you had an actual dragon with you trying to go through stages and everything. But that game unfortunately got canceled.
Yeah.
So they
Platinum Games, boy.
Yeah, they weren't gonna continue with the project and whatnot. But there's been so many rumors out there that there's somebody else that picked it up, or there's other developers working on it. There's still somebody, trying to revive the game. So who knows?
I'm hoping, because it seems so... It's just one of those games that you look at it and it's so ambitious, like customize your dragons and play with your friends and stuff like that.
Like
big boss battles.
Literally, people can join you and you see them riding in with their dragon.
Yeah.
And it was so crazy.
Fantastic.
Scalebound was just an incredible announcement when it was first announced back in E3. But unfortunately, it just got canceled. It got scraped.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, there's plenty of rumors out there that it might be coming back. So hopefully,
hoping this month is just some bangers, because if you're gonna have all these consoles coming out in the next 2 or 3 months and then nobody knows, if they don't announce it past like the end of August, I'm gonna be skeptical.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. I don't think it's gonna come out. So like we have 3 months to the release, because usually they release in November. Maybe they'll release in December. Who knows? But they usually release in November. And we still don't know anything. We still don't know price. We still don't know the release date. It's all up in the air, and I'm getting worried.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like they're kind of battling each other. Like it's kind of like a game of footsies.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Sony, Microsoft, like announce. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you're gonna get everybody that's gonna buy the consoles regardless.
Yeah. Pretty much.
It's all about just release the price. Just release the. You know what? Let me talk about price for one thing, because when the Xbox One and the PlayStation came out, the Xbox One was a little bit pricier, if I'm not mistaken. And I feel like that's what Microsoft doesn't want this time around.
Yeah.
They don't want to be the pricier console, because I feel like that's one of the main reasons why the PlayStation sold much more back then.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, hopefully they're the same price. That's what I'm hoping. Hopefully they're the same price. Regardless, I'm getting both of them. But for all the gamers out there, I feel like it'll be better for them to have them the same price. So
I'm just hoping that the rumored price tags and stuff like that they just kept throwing around and stuff, one of them is accurate and one of them is just a lot more like player friendly, I guess.
Exactly.
Or bank account friendly.
And having the option of having a all-in-one console or a digital-only console, I feel like that's a smart idea, because you could go all digital like myself. I play all my games digital. I don't have a single physical game other than my Switch games. So an all-digital console would be really smart. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Knock on wood, hope for the best.
Yeah, exactly. But you mentioned Splinter Cell, Nick.
Yes.
And we did have some Splinter Cell announcements. And even though we only talk about video games in here, this was not a video game of Splinter Cell. But it is video game related.
Yes.
So it was Splinter Cell animated series got announced for Netflix.
About time.
Yep. So we are finally getting something of Splinter Cell. Very sad. I know Nick is sad that it's not a game.
I mean, every time you say Splinter Cell, I just get that image that they did at the conference when they showed him in the mobile game with the guy from Ghost Recon, and I'm like, why would you hurt my boy like
for
that?
real. Like, you were excited that he was gonna come, but
I was like, oh, Fisher. Wait, what? Why are you animated?
It's not. But yeah, no, animated Splinter Cell series on Netflix, and it got confirmed. So it's confirmed for 2 seasons, 16 episodes total. So it's gonna be, I feel like it's gonna be great, and it is from the makers of John Wick. Oh my god! That is
probably something I didn't expect. Yeah, but welcomed, because John Wick's one of my favorite movies. Exactly, trilogies.
Wick, I mean, if you've never seen John Wick, like you're missing out on a lot.
You don't even have to be an action fan. You just watch the first movie and then you're interested because it's just so well made, and it's independently made, so it even makes it better.
So the writers of John Wick are going into the animated series, writing Splinter Cell. So even though it's gonna be an animated series, I have real big high hopes for this series. So I feel like it's gonna be very interesting. If you guys have played Splinter Cell previously, then you guys understand what Splinter Cell is. This is gonna focus a lot more on the story of Splinter Cell, and having the animated aspect, they can go and do a lot. In my opinion,
that they could definitely do something crazy with it, or make it probably like along the lines of like a Castlevania type of situation. I'm hoping where it's. I mean, because I enjoyed Castlevania, I thought it's fantastic. I haven't watched the latest season, but from what I've seen, it's been great. Yeah.
But I mean, Netflix usually does great, but it's all about the writers. And John Wick writers, I feel like they did spectacular.
They're like, hey, this guy's a stealth guy?
Yeah, so we
made John Wick. Yeah.
We got it, don't worry. But yeah, no, I mean, that's everything for today, guys. Keep in touch with us on our social media. We are going to be having a lot of posts coming up, and we're going to be updating our website with a lot of different reviews and a lot of posts. Like I said, we are doing our TV post soon, so keep that up so you guys can understand the technology behind the televisions, the hardware and everything that goes into it, so you guys can be prepared for the new consoles coming out later on in the year. That's going to be one of the big things. We also have merchandise, even though we're not wearing it today, but we do have merchandise on our website, so you guys can click on it. Check it out. We have different things. I'm actually in the process of getting a hoodie, so I'll let you know how the hoodie feels. Because I am, like I said, I am traveling to another country in next year. So I need something that's gonna keep me warm. So a hoodie, I feel like is gonna be great, and I'll let you guys know how it feels. But yeah, no, definitely.
I'm excited. I mean, it's been a pretty solid week. I'm hoping for some random news I wake up to tomorrow or Monday morning or something like that.
I'm hoping for a lot.
But like always, don't be afraid to check the description box. All of the videos, all of the links and stuff are going to be down there, especially for the website. We're both running through multiple games right now that we're trying to finish. And then as soon as I finish mine and he finishes, we'll write individual reviews for each and every game, just because you guys are curious about those. And we do have some, or from my end, at least some tech stuff, some remote controls that I'm definitely going to give some runs and give you guys some ideas. A little bit on the cheaper side of pretty much like pro alternative stuff to keep a lookout for. But hope you enjoyed the video. If there's any more information, leave a comment in there and hit the bell if you want to know for the next episode. But until then, pass the joystick and take care, guys.
See you later, guys.